Holmes. Holmes, will you stop that? You are utterly mad. Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of...
I missed...
Given you were blind.
Am I...
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little...
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years... He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex.
Has the
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down.
Give me half an hour to prepare.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The Medi Men.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here.
I shall go. I cannot leave yet. I am not finished here. This is where my archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body?
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, madam.
Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes?
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took...
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it.
Ah,
Hello, hello, hello.
what is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to...
Let me see. These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches...
Our mysterious visitor.
Well, he's not...
Perhaps he did not. What a terrible way to die. Someone drank from this glass recently. Rum, a sailor's drink. It seems that Captain Carey... Someone drank... The initials P... JHN, JHN, this wooden handle, this blood is from the pool. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible. This man is in his 50s, yet he still... Peter Carey was fully dressed. The sea unicorn. Peter Carey's boots. Old navigation instruments, nothing interesting. harpoons for hunting whales. The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn. The tooth. It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Have you finished inspecting the crime scene? Have you finished inspecting the crime scene?
Mr. Holmes.
Harpoon. Harpoon.
Have you finished inspecting the crime scene?
It seems that the garden was well maintained. You have indeed suffered a great...
Yes.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Never mind. Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock. I noticed the cabin door was at around 10 o'clock. I dared to glance in through the door and... oh, dear.
Can you please tell me what a...
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually, whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Was your husband...
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ some...
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
You have indeed suffered.
Yes. Life with...
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Thank you, madam.
Have you finished inspecting the crime scene?
This place is not... An object was taken from here. This place is not covered with dust. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the... Harpoon.
Have you...
Mr. Holmes?
Your husband's private papers.
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
You have indeed...
Yes.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Never mind. You have indeed suffered.
Yes.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
You have indeed
Yes.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth.
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam.
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
Have you finished inspecting the crime scene?
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
Mr. Holmes?
Have you finished?
These boots don't match the foot. These footprints... These footprints...
Have you finished it?
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Have you...
Mr. Holmes?
I cannot leave yet. I am not... Hammerfest. 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 JHN. The weapon fully penetrated the body. Peter Carey was impaled. The pattern of the blood stain indicates these abbreviations. This aroma is familiar, but to recognize... Yes, this is...
Have you finished? Have you finished?
Is this your house?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Thank you, madam. Ha! Someone was here.
Well, Mr. O.
I think that we are lucky,
And why is that?
because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof. You've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside near...
need to find a good place for an ambush. We need to find a good place for an ambush.
This looks...
Shh. Did you hear that? There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there. Mr. Holmes, come and see what... Mr. Holmes, where are you? Are you coming? Where on earth are you, Mr. Holmes? This is bad timing if you're wanting a game of hide and seek. Mr. Holmes, come and see what we've caught in our net. Mr. Holmes, where are you? Are you coming? Where on earth are you? You, Mr. Holmes. This is bad timing if you're wanting a game of hide and seek. All right, my fine fellow. Who are you?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm
Innocent. And what?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is?
John Hopkins.
Do you deny that?
No, but yes, it's...
I'm tired of this. Off we go.
What? But you can't...
Enough. You can explain.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems...
You are welcome, Inspector, but please don't be too...
Good morning, Mr. Holmes.
Good morning, Constable. I would...
Ah, the young man.
Thank... These are the suspects below. The notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cap. These abbreviations mean something. A pocket knife. A handkerchief with... and partner, 1883. To my friend, from R. Dawson. Dawson. I've seen this name before. These are the suspects. These abbreviations mean something. Locked.
Mr. Holmes?
The police seized this...
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have... Does this...
Yes. But...
What do these abbreviations...
Oh no, I beg you,
But I will... The sea knife was found near Carey's...
I don't...
So, Mr.
The ring is mine.
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only... Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is... With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth...
I'm speechless.
Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Please, let me go. I'm...
Locked. These are the suspects. These abbreviations. A handkerchief. These abbreviations. A handkerchief. I need to...